Hi guys, thank you for tuning in. Today's tutorial is going to be all about eyebrows. This has been a very highly requested tutorial. It's all in great timing because I recently received a pro kit from Tweezerman Canada to test out some of their products and review them for you. And I, of course, jumped at the opportunity because I have been a long-time fan of Tweezerman. I have been using their products for years, specifically a pair of tweezers that I've had for almost a decade, and they work just as well as I first purchased them. The kit that I received from them, as you can see in this picture right here, contains a variety of different tools. I will be showing you how to use some of these products to groom your own eyebrows and how to shape them afterwards. I have been grooming my own eyebrows for years. I have trust issues, unfortunately, so a professional has never touched my eyebrows. I've always been in control. So let's get started. The first product that we're going to start with is the Tweezerman Eyebrow Brush, which looks a lot like just a clean mascara wand. This diagram right here can act as a great guide for you to understand where your eyebrows should begin, should arch, and should end. It is simply a guide. Of course, you need to work with your eyebrow, not against it. So make sure that you do not try to emulate something that your eyebrow perhaps cannot do. We all have different eyebrows, different heights, different amount of hair, so use it only as a guide, just to not overdo it. So essentially, according to the diagram, your eyebrow should start right here. You're going just slightly inward from your tear duct towards the end of the bridge of your nose. So your eyebrow should essentially begin here. From the middle of your eye going slightly diagonally upward, this is where it should arch. And then from the corner of your eye going diagonally up, this is where it should end. Of course, you need to realize that perhaps you might not have enough hair to meet the requirement of where the eyebrow should end, but again, this is simply a guide. There is always makeup to fill in the eyebrows with to receive the most flattering shape. If you're a beginner, the best way to create guidance for you to know where to pluck and where not to pluck is to draw your desired eyebrow shape with a white pencil before you start plucking. Referring back to the diagram, you can use your eyebrow brush as the guidance and place it in the inner corner of your eye and just going a little inward towards the nose. You're going to mark the beginning of your eyebrow. From the middle to mark the arch. This is where it will arch, and this is where it will end. Okay? Now, using the same pencil, you're going to draw the eyebrow from the bottom. And then over it. You can go back in with your eyebrow brush to clean off any excess pencil that could have gotten on eyebrow hair that we want to keep, not remove. So if you pass it over the hair, it will get cleaned off. Now, as you can see, you already have a guidance. You know where to pluck the eyebrows. The great thing about outlining your eyebrows with a white pencil before plucking it is that the unwanted hairs will essentially get caught in that white strip, and that can be a very nice reference as to what you should be plucking out. I'm going to start the shaping process with the slant tweezer. This is very easy to use, very easy to maneuver, and it gets the hair out very easily, no problem. So essentially, you identify the hair that you want to remove. Just place it right under the root. Essentially, the hair is going this way. You're placing it right under, and then grabbing the hair and pulling it out. It's best to work your way up to clean out the area, the wide area here, where there's no way of going wrong, and then move your way closer to the actual brow. So there are some hairs right here that are cut in the white strip, and those are the hairs that I know I want to remove. Now that I'm done removing all the unwanted hair, I'm going to remove the white pencil and then move on to trimming the eyebrows. Trimming is a very great way to tame unruly eyebrows and to also just polish the overall look. Sometimes your eyebrow might have a great shape, but there might just be too much hair, as in the hairs might be too long, and thus give you an eyebrow look that is fuller than what perhaps you desire. So the best way to trim the eyebrows is by going back in with your eyebrow brush comb, and I'll be using this amazing trimming scissors. The shape is better than anything I've ever used, just because it's very comfortable and it's really easy to maneuver. So with the brush, we will be brushing our eyebrows in an upward motion. It's simply hold the brush up so that the hairs stay up there, and then trim the hair from there. Just see how your hair moves naturally and work with that movement, not against it. As far as this eyebrow is concerned, I'm going to leave it at that. With this one, I have a problem because I wear side bangs, which I have pinned here, as you can see. The hair actually always pushes down on my eyebrows, so the direction of my hair has changed to a downward direction, and I hate that, just because when the hair is too long, it hangs in there. If you just brush the hair and let it be there naturally, what I do is this hair that I want to straighten, for it to have the same straight shape here. I take the scissors. Very little. I've just learned the hard way to cut less than too much, just because you can be left with a nice little bald spot there and it's not flattering. So with the scissors, just trim it. And of course the end result is not necessarily ideal, and that's when I rely on makeup to complete and fill the eyebrow to match the other one. There we go, that's as far as I'm going to trim that. And now I'm going to trim the top a little bit. I'm going to switch my magnifying to the normal side of the mirror and see what I've got going on here. I think we can trim a little bit more here. And that's it. I'm not a big fan of overly trimmed eyebrows. Some people trim their eyebrows to the point where you can simply see cut hair. I enjoy the look of some long hair filling the empty spots. I understand that you can certainly draw in your eyebrows, but if you have natural hair, try to work with that. If you look at this funny poster, it's actually quite true sometimes, because a lot of women overpluck their eyebrows, and then like I said, the hair doesn't end up growing anymore, and they have to resort to simply drawing in their eyebrows or getting a tattoo. So if you have natural, beautiful, long hair in your eyebrows, then try to work with that. As a rule of thumb, less is always more. Always start with little and then work your way up once you're more comfortable and confident that you can create a more, how shall I say, precise shape. And now to shape the eyebrows, I'm going to use this amazing Eye Enhance Brow Definer and Highlighter Duo. So on one side, you have the brow color, which is a very nice universal color that works with every tone that I've worked with. And the other side is a nice highlighter color to use on the brow bone to give you that nice lift and open up the eyes. So we will be starting with the brow definer color. It's difficult to overdo it with this, just because It may look dark, as you can see here, but it is not. I've never worked with a color like this because it gives the brows a nice definition, but it doesn't give it that overly kind of defined, harsh look as is easy to do with a brow pencil. It is very soft and creamy. I think that is the secret. Especially what we want to do is fill in any spots that need some filling, because you know what the shape of your eyebrow should look like, but sometimes the lack of hair might not necessarily allow for that shape to happen. So I always like to start from the bottom just to kind of define this bottom line right here. Going in like feathering motions. And then filling in the top here. It's really tricky when it comes to the arch. I've seen a lot of women do this sharp turn on the arch, which can make your eyebrows look like a check mark, and you don't want that. The secret is to create a nice, smooth, natural arch, so the eyebrows look as natural as possible. And I'm filling the end of the eyebrow up until that diagonal line, that invisible line that I'm imagining here. And now that trimmed part, what I like to do here is just lift the eyebrow a little bit and let me go under the hairs just to add that darkness, that fullness that is lacking. Now going back in with your eyebrow brush, just brush through the eyebrows. This is a nice way to kind of mix in the color and blend it with the hairs for it to look even more natural. You're essentially feathering it out. Now with the other end of the pencil, I'm going to highlight my brow bone. Just leave there a little bit right under the brow. You can blend it in with your finger. I also like to use this end of the pencil to highlight my tear duct, just for an overall open eye effect. The very last step to beautiful eyebrows is setting them. So I will be using the Brow Mousse. What I love about this product is that it is a barely there product. When you apply it on your eyebrows, and essentially, again, you're just brushing through them. When you apply it to your eyebrows, there doesn't seem to be any clumping, any hardening, just nothing excessive. It's a barely there product that really does work into taming the hair. There you have it, your eyebrow look is complete. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below. Most importantly, subscribe if you want to see more videos on makeup and also hair. I have provided the information on all the products that I used down below in the description box. Make sure to visit Tweezerman Canada and check out what they have to offer. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.